There's a fun new little USB mic on the market. It's called the Tula. We're going to take a look at it right now.
News from the booth!
Welcome back to the VoiceOver Village. I'm Rick McIver. Today we're doing something different, something new. We are looking at the Tula mic. We're going to unbox it and do some testing. Plus, I have some interesting little stories about it. So let's get started. I hate those unboxing videos where they're like, oh, this box is really cool and look at all the Would you open the damn box already? So, I have my handy dandy little screwdriver to cut the tape. Here we go. With no further ado, Tula unboxing. I do like their little logo. I think that's very nicely done. Oh my gosh. All right. Here we are. That is the Tula mic and the box that it comes in. Here we go. Let's try to just, oh, it comes right out. Wow, it's very well built. You have a little cable. You have some documentation. And there's a mic adapter, if I can get it out of the box. It's right in there. See, it's kind of shoved in the back there. Oh, there it is. I think this is the adapter for... The inside of that looks kind of dirty. I don't know if you can see that. But that's interesting. It doesn't look new. Looks kind of used. But okay. Is there anything else in here? There's these little corners. That is it. Now, from other videos that I've watched, people have been trying to take this thing off. Oh, and they were unsuccessful. But for me, that wasn't too hard. This comes right off. Actually, technically, what you're supposed to do is undo this, give it a quarter turn, and it comes right off. Don't need that. And we'll put this back on. Maybe. No. Oh, it's grooved. One side is bigger than the other. And so is this. So when you do that, now you have a nice little stand. I do like their little handwritten logo here. It's on the front of that as well, so when you close this, very beautifully designed. Mine feels like it has something loose in it. That's not right. Can you hear that? I don't think that's supposed to do that. Let's power it on. See if it powers on. Does it have batteries? Has it been charged? The front left LED should come on. It's not coming on. So it doesn't come charged. That's kind of a bummer. I'm going to go charge it, and I'll come back, and we'll see what we got. Okay, we're back. I've been charging this, about a half an hour, and now the power does come on. Click the little button, the little power light comes on. Yay! But I want to know how it sounds. I'm going to plug these in. Right now there's no monitoring. I can't hear anything. But let's hit the little record button, which is this, I'm guessing this circle right here. So now I'm using the audio that's being recorded on the Tula mic. It's on the desktop. It's, I don't know, how far away am I? Almost 2 hands, maybe a hand and a half away from the onboard Tula mic. As far as like desk noise, there's no real shock absorber, so you're going to pick up every little on the desk. Obviously, if you touch it like that. But you hear that? That rattling from before? I think it's the audio, the capsule. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Sweetwater has always been very good about, returns if something's defective, and so I don't expect any problems at all. However, through the magic that is YouTube, all I have to do is snap my fingers, and I'll have a new one, just like this. Just like this. Hopefully. That wasn't really going to work anyway, but the point is, I got my mic from Sweetwater. It's actually been a number of weeks since I've returned this and got it back. And I've had a good opportunity to actually test it and run it through some paces to make sure that it would work in different situations. And I'm really glad that I did, because there's a lot of idiosyncrasies about this microphone that you should know if you're planning to use it. First, though, I want to talk a little bit about its history. A musician by the name of David Brown is the founder of a company called Soyuz, and they make Soyuz microphones out of Russia. The Soyuz microphones are made in the same factory and with some of the same machining equipment as the Russian machine gun, the Kalashnikov, the Russian machine gun. These Soyuz microphones are very high-end and very world-renowned as being very high-quality microphones. But what does all this have to do with the Tula? Well, David Brown, the same guy who does the Soyuz microphones, is doing the Tula microphone. In fact, do you remember how I said that the Soyuz microphones were made in a little town south of Moscow? The name of that town? Tula. So I'm guessing that's where this microphone got its name. Now you can see what all the buttons do and all the functionality available to the Tula microphone on their website, which is a very good website. But just as a quick overview, let's go through a couple of little things. First, it has cardioid and omni functionality. It uses Burr-Brown amps. The noise reduction is provided by a Swedish company called Clevgrand, and they use a noise reduction software called Brusify, I think is how you say it. Anyway, we're going to test it a little bit later, see if it's any good. It has 8 gigabytes of internal memory and says that the battery lasts for 14 hours. I haven't tested that, actually. It also has a headphone jack, which doubles as a lavalier microphone jack, and it's designed in Barcelona. Nice. It has a little stand that folds up for travel. Goes like this, and you have a desktop stand. However, I find that at this distance, the mic sounds a little bit thin when I've tested it. So I've liked it closer to my mouth, which means you have to use the provided microphone stand adapter, which looks like this. And you just take this off, quarter turn. And this one goes on, quarter turn, click. This is mountable onto a mic stand. Cool. This little light right here indicates that the microphone is functional, that it's on and operational. This little light right here is your meter light, and it uses a red, yellow, green kind of system. Green for sounds good, yellow, you're getting close to clipping, and red, you are clipping. Now, I do have a little beef with this whole red, yellow, green system with these tiny little LED lights. It's a pain in the ass for people like me who are color deficient and really can't see the difference between red and green, so kind of sucks. So I tend to favor more of a light gain setting. On the back of the microphone, you have the USB-C port right here, and one of those little holes actually functions as a reset button for some reason. If this locks up, you can take a paper clip and just kind of poke it in there, and it resets the whole thing. On the documentation for the Tula mic, it refers to the left side and the right side. And I figured out that means to the left of the logo and to the right of the logo. So I'm going with left on this and right on this side. Let's start on the right side. Here's your headphone jack. And this is your volume for your headphones, for playback. There's the exact same plus and minus on this side, and it can get a little confusing. The only way I remember it is that this plus and minus is close to the headphone jack, and so that must mean volume. This is actually gain, but we'll get back to that. So a plus and minus for a volume. This is your record button. This is your stop button, and this is your playback button. Pretty simple. This is your power switch. This plus and minus, this is your gain for your microphone. This button here is for fast forwarding to the next track. This is rewinding to the last track. Mute. And this NC is noise cancellation. This little circle is the pickup pattern. If it's like this, it's set to unidirectional. It defaults to unidirectional. And you talk into this microphone into this side. It's not the top, it's this side. If you push it, Comes on, now it's omnidirectional. That's why the circle is lit up. So I can talk into this side, and I can talk into that side. We're going to do that testing in a little bit. If I hold it and it blinks like that, that means it is set to the lavalier functionality. So if I were to plug a microphone into this jack, it would now work. One of the things I really like about this microphone and this setup is that it is an all-in-one recorder as well as a USB mic. That's great if I'm traveling and on the road. If I want to get access to the files I've recorded, it's super simple. I just plug it right into my computer and it acts like an external drive. Another great thing about this is if you use the noise reduction feature, the microphone actually saves 2 files. One file with the noise reduction and one file without. That way, if for some reason the noise reduction does some weird artifacty thing, you still have the original audio to go back to. Good idea. Now we come to the part where this mic gets a little bit finicky. Let me tell you why. A lot of people have bought this mic thinking they can use it just like a USB mic and that it can actually hook up to their phone, which it can, but you have to do it the right way, and it doesn't work for all pieces of software. First, if you're on an iPhone, you can't just use a USB-C to Lightning adapter. It doesn't work. This is an Apple brand cable. I've tested it on multiple occasions for my iPhone. It doesn't work. You have to have something very, very specific. This is a media adapter or camera adapter. It has the Lightning connector on one side and it has a USB connection on the other side. Your adapter has to have a little camera icon on it so that it has the C48 chip that Apple uses in order to talk to the iPhone. The other thing you gotta have is the cable that came with the microphone. Do not throw this cable away. This is the only one that actually works. So the cable that comes with your Tula mic, save it. It is golden. So if you want to record on your iPhone, this is how it works. You plug the USB side into the adapter. This side goes into your phone. And then this one goes into the back of the Tula mic. Like so. Now you think that's easy, right? That should work in all situations. No, it doesn't. I've tested a whole bunch of apps that I thought should be able to use this lovely little Tula mic. But not all of them work. Let me tell you which ones do and which ones don't. First off, the phone. Just to make a phone call? No. Denied. Not going to work. If you want to make a voice memo, though, yes, it will work. If you're using the camera on here, yes, the camera will work. The little app called Clips. Yes, that works too. Clubhouse. Yes, Clubhouse works. I use a little fun app called Just Press Record. Yes, it does work. If you're using Zoom on your phone, you can use this microphone and sound great. Zoom works. But Teams? No. Teams does not work. WebEx does not work. Siri does not work. And if you're trying to do a message, like a text message over speech, you can use the microphone to record the audio of you talking, but not for dictation. Doesn't work. If you use iMovie, yes, this works. And the final, most important one, I think, for voice actors, Twisted Wave. Yes, it works. Now, I've told you all this, but I gotta prove it, so let's do that. When I hook this cable up, this light, the power light, will automatically turn on, regardless, see like that? Regardless of whether my phone's on or not. It's receiving power, and that is now on. So let's turn on my phone. If this light doesn't come on, it means your cable setup doesn't work. Let me show you. Here's the official Apple cable. We're gonna plug in the Lightning port. And I'm gonna plug this in the back. The light does not come on. No love. You can't just use the cable. You gotta use the adapter. Just because the power light comes on doesn't mean the microphone is working. Remember, this little red light has to come on too. All right, we're gonna turn these lights down a little bit so you can see what this actually looks like. Off. No, I'm in witness protection. No, let's just maybe 10%. You get a little bit. Okay. Now, if you notice, neither of these lights are on. But as soon as I turn my camera on, and I automatically go to video, the little red light comes on, And now you can see when I'm talking, this light is blinking. That means it's working. The one that's probably most important to voice actors, twisted wave. See, no light. Power is on the side. The power is on over here, but this little light is not on. As soon as I hit this plus button and I select my mono recording setting, the light comes on and my little blinky light over here comes on and tells me that I have good levels. That's how you know it's working. If this light is not on and you don't see this without you having to touch it, then the microphone is actually not working and you're using the mic on your phone and not the Tula mic. Be wary of that. Now, one more quick thing about this setup. Turn that off. You see that this mic, that light will disengage. As soon as that all goes away, these lights turn off. But the mic is still on. And here's a quirky little thing I hope they fix. The power button is on, and as soon as I unplug this, you would expect the power button to go off. It does not. This is a good way to lose your battery. You have to remember, turn off the power button after you unplug your mic. It's a little piece of software glitch they should fix. Now, let's do some testing for this mic and see how it sounds. In most situations when you're traveling, you can record in your car. If you have a decent hotel room, you can make a little pillow fort and record there. But there's probably going to be a little bit of background noise no matter where you are. So, because of that, I'm going to turn my air conditioner on and let the fan run so we have a little bit of room noise. I don't know if my 416 is going to pick up that difference. However, my air conditioner just kicked on. So we're going to do some tests side by side between the iPhone and between the Tula in this environment. My room is fairly well treated, so there's not a lot of echo, but the AC just turned on, so we'll have a little bit of background for some realistic purposes. All right, they're synced. Now, for this part of the test, I will be cutting back and forth randomly, but I'll notate on the screen which mic is being used right now. I am about, 2 hands away from the Tula, 2 hands away from the iPhone. One thing I just found out about the iPhone is it has 3 microphones on it. One for each camera and one at the bottom. And I've designated that when I use this app, that the bottom microphone is the one that picks up all the sound. So, 2 spaces here, 2 spaces there. Seems like a fair fight. Let's pick these up and get them a little bit closer and see how they sound. Picking this up here. Picking this up here. Try to keep them both about the same distance apart. Now, something I've noticed that the iPhone does have a tendency to pick up a lot of room noise. However, the Tula does as well, but it has noise cancellation, which we're going to test here in a little bit, but not right now. As you listen to me talk about these mics, one thing I want to say about the Tula is that I really like the way it's designed, and there's a rumor going around as to why it looks the way it does. Supposedly, David Brown, the guy who designed this, and his team out of Barcelona, wanted a design that was already tried and tested. Well, they went and they looked at the tobacco industry, and they looked at a pack of cigarettes, and they figured if the big tobacco companies spent all that time and energy making the pack just exactly that size, there was probably a reason for it. So they designed the Tula mic to be the exact same size as a pack of cigarettes. This is a rumor. I don't know if it's true. It's just something I read online, but it seems like it's a fun little story anyway. I wonder what the handling noise. So here's me handling the iPhone. Here's me handling the Tula. I don't know if there's any noise. We'll find out later. Yeah, there you go. Now let's get right up on it. I have noticed that the Tula, we're going to get these right side by side. I have noticed that the Tula seems to be very plosive sensitive. Let's do a quick plosive test when it comes to the Tula and the iPhone. So let's do the iPhone first. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. But if I use good mic technique and I blow my air right past the capsule, it shouldn't pick up any plosives. Pizza is perfect with pineapple on top. Probably better. Now, it's probably worth noting that when I turned on the Tula mic, I did not adjust the gain setting, so it's at default. Same with the iPhone. I did not adjust the microphone, but I think it auto sets. This one doesn't adjust automatically. The iPhone does, which is actually kind of a minus. I want to test the background noise reduction. Aircon is on. We're going to go in a couple of different circumstances here. In order to engage the noise reduction, you cannot be recording. You have to turn recording off, and then you press noise cancellation. The little light comes on, just like that. I forgot this camera's not on. Using good mic technique, I'm going to hold this near my face and see how it sounds. I really don't want to move around too much because then I'll get a lot of handling noise, and I don't want that either. But this is the sound it gets with noise cancellation on. Now remember what I said earlier. When you use noise cancellation, you actually get two saved files. One that has noise cancellation and one that doesn't. So it should be pretty easy to compare both. I've been switching back and forth between the two as I've gone on. I wonder if you can really hear a difference in the aircon. Let's test it in a situation that's a little more extreme. Okay, here I am in my booth, and I have turned on my air purifier that I run when obviously I'm not recording. However, it's a good kind of white noise sound. I have my Tula mic. I have noise cancellation turned on. I am now recording on the Tula mic. So I'll be cutting back and forth just like I did the other one to see if it actually cuts out the noise from this air filter. I think I'm about 3 feet, maybe 2 feet away from the source of the noise, and it's behind me, which is the dead zone for this microphone because I have it set to unidirectional or cardioid. I hope it's doing a good job. We'll see. So I've just finished reviewing the footage and editing most of the video, and I really hope that you did put headphones on to hear the difference, because there is a difference. Bringing along this little guy when I travel, I think it's going to be worth it. But judge for yourself. Make sure you go back and listen again and put your headphones on this time. So thanks for watching. I hope it's been helpful. And if you want to watch some more videos all about voiceover and YouTube and geeky things like that, check out this one here or that one there. Thanks again for watching. I hope it's been helpful. Until next time.